Hello, everyone. This is Suman Das, and I'm honored to be speaking on the this platform to such a distinguished audience today. Uh, as the human race progresses in its quest to become more and more efficient and better and perhaps alien, we see a lot of seminal shifts in our capabilities and our desires and also our capacity for the new. AI is perhaps another exciting element in that journey of human advancement. And like most of you, I'm as captivated to see the story unfold. Just like many technologies before it, we await the denouement of whether it's more hope than hype, or will it hold true to Amara's law? Quote, we tend to overestimate the effect of technology in the short run and underestimate the effect in the long run, unquote. The fact is that we are onto something, and perhaps we have no choice. There is, as you know, an explosion of data across the world in terms of both its availability, in terms of its volume, frequency, diversity. And AI and subsets of AI like machine learning, NLP, neural networks, deep learning, RPA, they are providing tools to become a key to successful harnessing and maybe a useful exploitation of this data. We have already heard numerous use cases across digital native companies and even startups with all their cognitive centers of excellence and digital transformation initiatives, which are solving or beginning to solve some key problems across their unique value chains. If I would take some examples, I think we're increasingly hearing of use case in omnichannel, autonomous mobility, optimizing manufacturing yield, uh, manufacturing outcomes in general, recognizing images. You have tools to decipher languages, deliver precision healthcare, and even disease prediction. There's medical imaging, for example. AI can help in as a tool for case triage, virtual nursing assistants, social listening, and then the list goes on, right? But I think there's also huge potential at the societal level. Countries and governments are increasingly turning to AI to solve problems which are deep rooted, right, and which are fundamental to human advancement and critical for our survival. And I guess we all know that augmentation of farm productivity is a key one. Even correcting and maybe the exploitative tendencies or dependence on resources that we have, which are actually aggravating the fragile climate ecosystem, is one key challenge area. Facilitating planned and smart urbanization, seamless transportation, and smart deployment, pollution control systems, cybersecurity. So as you can see that there are important facets of human endeavor that are getting impacted. Such once in a generation shift tend to be pretty, deeply impacting, right? And they need to be incentivized also by strong system enablers. The pace, from my perspective, was perhaps was I looked at as a bystander, and it was perhaps a little bit glacial in the beginning, but now it's gathering momentum. We see a convergence of solutions and also support, which have become enablers like data ecosystems, strong funding for research, and also skill development, skill manpower, which is going to be a critical input, obviously. Also, we need strong enabling regulations and also a very strong intellectual property framework. I made it sound very rosy so far. However, there are areas which probably need more discussion, need to delve deeper, so that we can ensure that there is proliferation in future. I think safeguards is a key area, right? And as we meander between the usage of AI for narrow objectives, which could be just predictions, teasing out working patterns, or maybe some analysis, we also have things like where broader strategies involved, and maybe we'll get into uncharted areas which we still don't know how they will unfold. It is tough to predict how the AI outcomes, would they be free of inherent bias? Would they cause unintended harm? And all these things need to be looked into. Strong partnership is required with regulators across the entire periphery of whatever we try to do. So when you look at all this, I guess together we need to climb the wall of worries, so to speak. If you look at the theme of the topic, AI-ism, and ism is defined as a specific practice, system, or ideology. Notwithstanding how we define it, I think only time will tell whether AI lives up to its potential or is a hype and becomes game changing for a few generations. The question for us is to ask ourselves, can we lead the way? Thank you.